Well, hi guys, good to see you again. And trust me, it appears to be so, but I don't drink as much coffee as you think that I do. So thank you for checking in and spending a little time with us right now. I want to do kind of a part 2 on Corvette news. I want to give you the winner of last night's pop quiz. And if you guys don't mind, because I love talking with you, I'd like to share a car story with you. I have many and selling this car for 31 years. So if it's cool with you and you want to hang out a little bit, let's have a conversation about Corvette in the marketplace. And what I want to touch upon probably got mixed in with everything that we talked about last night in regards to Corvette ordering allocations and the Corvette plant shutdown. So yeah, I should have spent a little bit more time talking about that. Not only the plant shutdown, but now that the Corvette assembly plant is building cars on one shift only. So in case you missed it, September 28th, they come back on October 19th. 3 weeks of Corvette, no production, complete shutdown due to the parts supply issues. And with them making cars on only one shift, soon you'll look at allocation and inventory issues. I mean, you just need to know that because it may take, if you're looking, and most people right now are looking to order a car, it could take a little bit longer for you to get that car. Keep in mind for August allocations, we talked about that last night. Just an estimate. If you have an allocation that's being released, not just an entered preliminary order, if you have an order that's actually being sent to production control, it'll flip to 3,000 status next Wednesday. That car still has a chance, depending on a number of variables, to get built before September 28th. And even with the plant shut down, they will still ship those cars to the dealerships and still do museum deliveries in the event that the plant is shut down. But if your car's done, it passes inspection, then you'll still get your car. Now, if it doesn't get built by September 28th, there's a chance that you'll see that car November, December. I'm already having conversations with people, preparing them for January, February, and then of course what happens? Here comes the conversation. Oh, if I'm not going to get it till January, February, I think I'll just wait and see what they're going to do for the 2028. Really? Okay. But you really need to, and I do, look ahead that far. You have to right now because that is our marketplace. And in regards to lower production now, and I think we talk about the upper echelon cars. I think you need to know if you're looking at a ZR1X, that in my opinion will be the lowest available car of the year next to Grand Sport X. Those cars were never intended to be volume cars. I know everybody would like more Grand Sport X's, including myself, but ZR1 and ZR1X specifically are going to be just limited controlled productions. Those are, again, I think the best way to describe that is an upper echelon car. Or you could think about it like this. Would you rather have a ZR1X or 3 Stingrays? Just want to thank you again for taking the time to join us and allow me to have a Corvette conversation with you. And after my car story, I am going to try and slide that car story in. I want to share with you the Eray. We talked about this about a week and a half ago when we just bought it from the General Motors auction. It is here now and it is gorgeous. A 25 Eray convertible 3LT. Real quick, I also want to share this text message that is relative to last night's video talking about ordering and constraints. I don't know if I did. I thought I did. I usually mention it when we do the constraint report so you understand how those are applicable to your potential order or existing order. But when I was talking about constraints, did you guys, a couple people made comments? I think it is so funny. It should be the theme song on constraints for Corvette. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it. That's right, there should be no constraints for Corvette. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it, get it, good. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyways, here's the text that I got in. This would be good for more than just the gentleman that sent it to us. He goes, Rick, I have a 3,000 status. That means the order is accepted from Chevrolet. It has released the dealer system. It is now with the GM system waiting for a production week. He has a tentative production week of August 30th, and this is on a Grand Sport X. Wow, congratulations. Now, my dealer advised me not to submit my build configuration with carbon flash ground effects and just do the low wing spoiler. Well, the high wing spoiler in itself is extremely hard to get. That's another conversation for another time. And I don't know if he was referring to, because he kind of repeated himself here, I think he might have meant to say carbon fiber, but he said carbon flash twice. I was hoping to get carbon flash with the low wing, which he just said. So again, he might have been saying carbon fiber. So keep in mind, If you had wanted carbon fiber, the ground effects extension, you'll get that invisible carbon fiber and your side skirt invisible carbon fiber. Now you get the side skirt anyways, standard on the car, that's in carbon flash, and then you can get the ground effects piece and the extension in carbon fiber, but it's painted in carbon flash. And they have that new composite material that's not on constraint, that's a cheaper cost, that you can get that extension, you can get that look. So that's something that if he wanted, and he really wanted it, because I can't tell from the text, if he really wanted it in carbon flash and wanted that extension, he could have ordered that instead of doing what the dealer had him do. And I think people forget that front lip right now, and let me show you this here real quick. We've talked about it, described it so many times that actually, oh my goodness, it's perfect. We actually have all three scenarios that I wanted to show you lined up together. So this is your standard front splitter. This is in body color as they came standard from Chevy up until 2026. You can still get it in the body color if you wish. That's an extra option now. Again, the same front splitter, not the extension, is now in carbon flash, and it looks like an extension. That's standard on the car in carbon flash. Z06, standard on the car. This is an Eray over here, but Grand Sport's going to be that longer straight piece coming all the way back, standard in carbon flash for 2027. And this is the extension piece from Chevy that is made out of carbon fiber, but it's painted and finished in the carbon flash. This is the front splitter extension. So when you get this in carbon flash, as that guy was just talking about in the text, so he already has that side rocker right there on the car. This also is available in visible carbon fiber. That's the harder one to get. And when you get this invisible carbon fiber, that will be visible carbon fiber. But like I said, they have a piece that looks almost like this, not quite as long, longer than that. And it's made out of a composite material, and it's not a constraint, so that's something that he could have went with if in fact he wanted this in carbon flash, and that's the only way that new piece for 2027 comes. I do enjoy doing the hands-on stuff. I hope that helped you guys a little bit. Here's the other part of the text message, and others can learn from this too. As we said at the beginning of this, his order is now at 3,000 status. It is an accepted order with production control. He says your YouTube video that you did last night, talking about the Grand Sport X and the ground effects extension, you talked about 9 being available. Does that mean that I can reverse my build now, or are those already spoken for? Those are for new orders, not at 3,000 status. That means your order can't go backwards and snag one of those now. Even, let's just say your order's at 3,000 status, and say you were able to get that order back to the dealer so he can make some changes, your order will be subject to constraints in the week in which it was actually allocated. So if you didn't earn any back then and you got the order back now, then they're not going to be available now, because that's how the production cycle and the parts materials work. But here, dude, you need to realize this. You have one of the most difficult cars to get of the model year, a Grand Sport X. So enjoy it. I know you will once you get it. Okay, if we have time, are you guys gonna, if I do a car story, just a quick one, you guys gonna hang out, listen to that? I love sharing that stuff with you guys. Are you? Okay, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Then I want to show you this Eray that we just got in for sale, so we got to do some business. But right now, let's do a giveaway from last night's pop quiz. As I told you in last night's video, I was in the plant. I was so fortunate to do the plant tour with Bill from Arizona. As he picked up his 27 Grand Sport, I noticed that there wasn't as many cars moving on the line, hence what we were talking about last night and tonight, that there is only one shift making cars right now. How long that is going to be sustained, we don't know, but we will certainly keep you up to date with the right information once it is available from Chevrolet. But when I was in the plant, I just loved going through there. Everyone's just so cool making our cars. It was awesome. But as I'm looking around, I was amazed at what I saw in my perception. This is the right answer. From what I saw, what I felt was the most produced car going on right now, as far as color-wise, going on at that time in the plant. And you would think that Admiral Blue, because it's a new color, would be the most produced color. And I'll tell you what, there was a lot of Admiral Blue. And I think Admiral Blue has a chance for 27 anyways to be one of the most, if not the most, produced color for 2027. But it wasn't black, it wasn't red. There was a lot of white, but there was surprisingly a ton of pitch gray. That color was everywhere. And that color, my gosh, that color works with just about every interior that we have available. In fact, I think it does work with every interior. So those of you that answered pitch gray, we did a random draw, and the winner of our diecast is going to go to, now, sir, check your comment from last night's video. I'll need your email address so we can get your address. Goes to K Bauer 1809. K-B-A-U-E-R 1809. Thank you again for watching. Thanks for engaging and participating. I do appreciate that. Okay, real quick, I've been selling this car for 31 years and I have all kinds of wacky, crazy stories. Some that will probably never make the channel. I hope that I actually write a book, and those will certainly be in the book. But I want to share a quick one with you right now. So I was at dealer training a couple of weeks ago with other dealers all over the country. Most of those guys, and again, I want to save those comments and feedback for another separate video, but most of the guys there were not very experienced guys. A lot of 3-year, 5-year, 2 years, 6 months, that kind of thing. There was a few guys that were 10 years plus, like myself, and we're sitting there, and I'm listening more, and then I participated in the conversation. People were telling their car stories and their sales stories. And being an old guy in the business, we were talking about the old super sales at the dealerships. And I kind of hated them. They were, I'm a marketing guy. So from a marketing standpoint, it was good because it really created an atmosphere within the dealership. Balloons and popcorn and hot dogs and people everywhere, prizes and just all kinds of stuff going on. That's right. Motion creates emotion. And that's exactly what happened. People got caught up in the moment because it was just a fun atmosphere. But we had this super sale was a guaranteed qualified to buy a car. And there was hundreds of people on the lot. If you were at one of these super sales back in the mid-90s, it was hard to get anybody to wait on you. So back to the point of the story. The super sale and the guaranteed qualified for a loan. This was I never talked about this. This is a short stint. I only worked at the Chevy dealership for, I think, 2, maybe 3 months. When I heard the owner say, that's the only Corvette we have in the dealership and that's the only Corvette that we will ever have. We will only have one Corvette, never more than that in our store. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm in the wrong place. Anyways, point being, during this sale, so I'm very new in the business, so I have to follow direction, which I don't do too well. So I have to there's just lines of people, and I have to take these credit apps. If we couldn't get you qualified for a loan, you got $100 cash. This guy walks in and has this big old greasy spiked hairdo. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that. And he says, hey, dude, you might as well just give me my $100. You ain't going to get me qualified for nothing. And I said, no, man, I'm sorry. That's not how it works. No, I'm not. I need you to fill this paperwork out. So I go through the process. I fill out the paperwork. You guys are going to go, okay, that really sucks. Guaranteed qualified for a loan. I come back after we get his app into the finance department and said, hey, congratulations. And I actually had to say this. I can't believe I had to say this. I said, congratulations, you're qualified. He's like, huh? All you have to do is put 95% down and you can buy anything in the store that you want. It's like, what the? Oh yeah, it was bad. He leaves. How I got the call, I don't know. His mom calls in, and his mom says, hey, this is false advertising, blah, 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 blah. So I get an earful, and I said, hey, look, let me tell you something. Your son came in here real cocky. He's not even working. So instead of him looking at our ads for this super sale, where we're actually trying to do business and help people, tell him to flip the newspaper back over, basically flip a page to the want ads and get himself a job. And if he really still is persistent about driving a car for free, tell him to flip the page one more time. He can join the Army and he can drive a tank for free. About 10 minutes later, Rick Conti to so-and-so's office. I'm like, oh boy. I get it with this general manager and I just do oil and water, man. It was crazy. He goes, did you just tell so-and-so that her son can get a job and then drive a tank? I said, yes, sir, I did. He goes, that's a good one. He goes, but you can't do it. Get a job or join the Army and help out the country and drive a tank. Oh my goodness, what a fun and yet informative upload today. Thanks for joining us. Before you go, let's show off this 2025 used Eray that we just got in. If I can help you, the contact information will be up on the screen. Looking forward to seeing you Sunday and finding out how much trouble did I get in for climbing over the fence at the National Corvette Museum at 1 o'clock in the morning. We've got a send-off pat of a 27 Grand Sport coming up this weekend.